We are working on an epidemiological study in TB. Looking for incidence and prevalence of TB among adolescents aged 12 to 18 years old.
The idea is to try and enroll adolescents, determine how much TB there is in them, but at the same time creating the clinical and logistical capacity to be able to conduct an actual vaccine trial.
In the prevalence study, we used the same model whereby we moved from one village to another, setting up the mobile field site by pitching tents, having the mobile generator, the mobile X-ray track unit, and it worked well in the prevalence study.
So previously, it was recognized that paper-based data collection is very problematic and difficult. You need a double data entry. The second problem with paper-based entry is if you have missing entries, you only capture them later in time. And whereas with electronic data capture systems, you can enforce controls or edit checks that make sure the participant is not able to save the data or to proceed without answering all the questions. And so based on that, Cambridge CDC a few years ago started experimenting with use of personal digital assistants. And those PDAs were very simple. They created data collection applications in a desktop, transferred those to the PDA, and then used those for data collection. What's revolutionary about what we decided to try is that we decided to use a local area network as a platform for data collection. The way we set up our network is we have a server in the field that hosts the SQL server and also hosts the mother application. And then we have client PCs. In this case, we have laptops. And those laptops interact with the server wirelessly through a wireless router that has a 200-meter radius of operation.
Because the beauty of an electronic system is, number one, we save paper. Number two, the error rate goes down because as you enter that information, if there's an error, it will automatically tell you that. Data is also captured real time. There's no need of data entry at some point again.
And then when the data is saved, it's ported directly from the laptop wirelessly to the SQL server where it is saved real time. And then the way we organize the flow of information is that people get logged in by the receptionist, they get logged in again by the nurses and examined by the clinical officers, by the radiographers. As the participant moves from station to station, the system authenticates the previous data entry screens to confirm was the information captured. And so, for example, if a participant is supposed to move from station 0 to station 1, station 2, station 3, if they move from 0 to 3, at 3 it will tell them, sorry, you have to go back to 1. So you really enforce data authentication, you make sure that there's no missing data, you make sure all the data gets collected, and then the system has automatic routing.
You don't need to look and decide whether this is a suspect or not. It will the system will automatically tell you that this is a TB suspect, so you need to do the next procedure. Yeah.
Like we only treat people as TB suspects if they have history of symptoms, they have history of contact with a TB case, or if they have a positive tuberculin skin test. The system is able to interpret this and trigger. If someone has any of those three, it tells the person doing the data entry, this is a TB suspect. Please collect their sputum and refer them for chest X-ray. Every evening before we demobilize, we back it up to a portable hard drive, and then the data is uploaded at Cambridge CDC in Kisian. The other benefit is you have your access to data real time. So for example, as a principal investigator, if I want to know how many subjects were enrolled that day, I just need to go to the link, download the database, and query the data for the specific data to know how many subjects were enrolled. I can also look at interesting things about the subjects real time. Oh, it's a fantastic system. And now we actually thinking of moving to the next level where we're going to have a web-based system. So I think this system has been able to show that you can train staff, you can use very fancy data collection systems in a very rural setting in Africa, and you can be able to secure your data and transport it to a secure location without data loss.